Hey there, everybody. Wow. It is so good to see you guys today, or we're kind of see you, or have you see me, or something like that. I don't know. Oh my goodness, what a fiasco. I'm so glad. Hopefully, everybody switched over to the right YouTube place. YouTube made a big change all of a sudden to the way that they're allowing the live streams to work. And so we were kind of mad at work today, just trying to figure out how to get it all sorted out with the streaming service and stuff that we use. And we thought we had it figured out because in testing it worked. And then all of a sudden, I saw that everything was going to the wrong place. And oh boy, what's happening here on mine? I've got the wrong video up on mine. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what's happening. I did have the old one. Oh, everything is just kind of strange. So anyway, we're trying to work everything out. So I apologize for the little bit of a mess that we had. And thank you guys for being patient. I'm going to see if I can see if everything is up and working. Alan, do we have everything working on all of the... For some reason, my Facebook page, I don't see it on Facebook. Oh, here it is. I see it now. All right, I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Ah! So we're in a pumpkin patch today. Oh, I thought this was like the coolest. I don't know if you guys can see this. Look at this. Isn't that like the coolest place? Wouldn't that be like that's a place that I would love to go, and I'm almost elderly now. And I think that place looks totally fun. And if they have like one of those what do they call those things? Those cornfield things where you get to go through the corn maze. Yeah, I think that would be an absolute blaster. I think when my son was little, he would have loved this. So I think he would have liked it. I think he'd like it now. Anyway, today we're going to be working with pumpkins. So that's why we're in a pumpkin patch. But I want to tell you guys what's been going on because we had a trade show all last week. And I really, really missed doing this and seeing you guys. We were super, super busy, so there was no way we were going to be able to do both. But we have a new collection that's going to be coming out. Our release date, you guys are going to be able to see it next week on Monday. You're going to see it up on our website, and we've got a lot of stuff. I think there's 43 new products, so it's going to be super fun. I'm going to be showing those to you next week. We've also got an HSN show that's the 6th. And we've got some really, really cool things that are going to be on there. Hallie's actually going to do the show because I just have too much happening. I can't get it all done. So she is going to do the show, and she's fantastic. She's going to get to see what she's been playing with over there in sunny Florida. But we've also got a special kind of event that we're going to be putting together next week, and it has to do with HSN. I don't want to give away too much, but I would definitely tune in next week. And anyway, I think we're going to get started. I'm hoping you guys can see mine. For some reason, the stuff on Facebook for me looks really blurry. Does it look blurry to you, Alan? I don't know if it's mine.
It looks gorgeous on mine.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay, because mine's not loading right. Okay, well anyway, we're going to jump in. I'm going to switch cameras, and we're going to do some kind of fall Halloween fun today. So I'm going to switch cameras, and we'll get right to it. All righty. So let's see. Today, I decided to pull out, petal pushers. You guys have heard me talk about petal pushers. And I love petal pushers. Mine's really a mess, isn't it? Goodness gracious. Well, anyway, I love petal pushers because it allows us to get some instant dimension and texture and a little interaction with our cards. And this set is really, really fun. This one is called Pick of the Patch. This is a 6x8 stamp set. We were sold out of the dies. The dies went, man, we've sold out of these several times, actually. They went quick, and we just got some back in stock, and I promise you we don't have a lot. But we didn't get a whole lot in just because it's a very short season. So I do expect them to go quickly, but this is a really, really cool set. It's a 6x8 stamp set, and it's all solid stamping, which I love, because sometimes you want to sit down and you don't want to color. You just want to have instant color, and you can do that with solid stamping with this. So it's really, really cool. So we're going to play with that a bit. And then I grabbed, this is my pack of the dies. And on the back, well, actually, let me show you the back of this one, because we're really, really good about, at least we try to be good, about showing you guys how to build all the pieces. So we give you, you know, this layer plus this layer plus this layer equals this layer. So we take you through step by step how to achieve your final results, let you know what's happening in here. And then here's your die set. Mine's all kind of a mess in here, but we show you on the back which die goes with which stamp. And in this one, because this is a pedal pusher, we've got some alignment pieces in here that we're going to talk about today, because I want to make sure you guys understand how to use this. We do have the instructions here when we're talking about the alignment, so that gives you an explanation there. But sometimes I think it's a little bit easier to actually get a visual on it and see. I've decided to pull in our one of my most favorite stencils, because I think plaid is absolutely gorgeous all year long, but boy does it ever make me think of fall and winter. So I've grabbed mine. We're going to play with that a little bit. And then I'm giving you guys a little sneak peek into our new collection, because I was dying to play with this. And it was just too perfect for the card. So I pulled this out. This is our folded ribbon banner die. This is not available for sale yet. You'll see this on Monday in the store. But this is a 2-die set. There's a sneak peek. Check that out. That's a sneak peek of some more stuff in the new collection. Well, anyway, this is a 2-die set, and this is going to allow you to create those really, really cool ribbon banners really quickly. Not only is it going to cut the shape out for you, but we also score for you. So one pass through your machine, you can create whichever size you want, and it's going to have the scoring for you. So it's really, really easy fold. You know, we try and do as much of the work as we can ahead of time to make it super easy and fast for everybody. So the less I have to measure, the happier I am. So here we go. Let's get started. I remembered this time to turn it upside down. So I don't give away the whole thing in one, you know, shot there. So let's see. What do we have here? This is some stuff I'm going to be stamping on. So let's move those over. This is something that, all right, so here's my card base. It's an A2 card base. I am going to use this portrait. So for those of you that aren't familiar with A2, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's technically a half a sheet of a letter-sized piece of paper. Alan, it seems really dark over here for some reason. I don't know why. Are we missing some light? When I'm looking at the screen here, it looks really dark. Can you see what I'm looking at? I don't know if we could get a little more light over here. Maybe turn these down a bit or something, but it looks really dark to me, really shadowed. Anyway, so then I grabbed some green cardstock, and then we're actually going to use that stencil, and this is what we're going to create. And let's see who we have here. This is the little pumpkin that we're going to make. And here's the sentiment. And I've got a whole bunch of other pieces over here as well that I did with that stamp and die set already. And I'm going to show you how we're going to create some of these. I think it really stinks that we only have an hour for these, because I swear I could spend more time. That looks much better, Alan. Whatever you just did there, I think that made it a lot better. You yellowed it? Well, great. Well, that'll be great in the long term. I think that's okay. We have to just make sure that I'm not going to be red too when we switch, but whatever. We'll figure it out. We're adding some more light so everybody can see what's going on. So the first thing we're going to do is create this background, because I think it's going to be really pretty. I like the idea of having plaid in the fall, and so this is what I'm thinking. A2, I just got a green cardstock here because I have some leaves that are going to be in there, and I grabbed a green. This is just out of my little scrap bin, and I trimmed 1/4 of an inch off of either side. So this is actually 4 inches across by 5 1/4. And then I have this other piece here where I literally just trimmed 1/8 of an inch off of each of the sides from this one once I had it down to, I guess technically it's 3/8 of an inch off of each side. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and create this because I want to show you how easy it is to do. You guys know how much I love stenciling, so let me make sure I have the right paper here. So I've got 2 different papers here. I can tell see the difference in the colors? My blender card is always kind of an off-white, and then the whiter one is going to be what I would use for stamping on, or if I'm going to work with an alcohol marker. So, oh, and as always, everybody, if you have any questions, please put your questions up there, and Alan will get those to me. We do have a giveaway with every time that we do this. And so the only way that we can choose your name is if we know that you're here. So I'm starting with Bristol. This is an A2 piece of my Bristol. This is my Strathmore Bristol. Smooth surface. You will find this in our store. This is my go-to. This is what I highly recommend anytime you're going to be doing any kind of blending with your inks. So I chose to work with two of our kind of lighter colors. I grabbed, what do I have here? Banana Cream Pie and Tangerine Dream. I love these. Love them. They're so nice. Now these are hybrid inks. They're really, really creamy. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. These are some lighter colors, and the great thing about your hybrid inks, or at least ours, is the more you layer them, the more intense the color gets. It gets darker and darker, up to a point. I mean, there's always a point of diminishing returns, right? But yeah, some of our colors are designed to be really, really light when they stamp, because I like to have that option. I don't want everything to be really vibrant necessarily from the get-go. And the nice thing is that with these, I can layer them up. So I'm going to go ahead and place my stencil over my Bristol. And I'm just going to tape this down so that it doesn't move. Got my purple tape. I'm not taping the paper because I want to get right to the edge there. So I've got my Banana Cream Pie little blender brush. We're going to start with this one. I always start with my lighter color. Go off just a little bit to make sure that it's going to come out really nice. And I'm not going to go all around. I am going to do more of the yellow than I do the orange. So I'm kind of going to go around the edge a bit. And I wanted to leave some of that in the center, just kind of white, because I think it kind of highlights the image a bit. And like I said, I'm not doing a solid yellow. I'm leaving some white areas just for interest. So this is going to end up being more of a kind of yellow, orange, and white. So that's all I'm going to do. Just that little bit. What was that, like 5 seconds? This is what we call easy crafting. Tangerine Dream is next. Now I'm just going to literally sprinkle this in kind of here and there. And when you first look at it right now, it doesn't look like much. It actually probably looks a little bit like a mess. I don't want to go over all of the yellow, but in some of these areas, I want to have a stronger orange. Just kind of dot that in a bit, leaving some of that yellow. And wait until you see how gorgeous this looks when I lift this up. It's so pretty. I love stenciling. I don't know if I've said that lately, but I do. So easy to do. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Lots of texture, lots of color. Really, really pretty. That's all there is. I mean, if you want to go over the entire card, you can do so. I'm probably actually going to end up covering up that white, but with the image that I'm going to put in. But regardless, I still think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to go in and just do a quick little wipe of my stencil to get that excess yellow and orange off of there. Don't like to put things away dirty. Alrighty. So that's all we have with that. And I'll go ahead and put my stencil away. And your stencil might get stained a little bit because, hybrid ink is it's a combination ink, so it does have some permanent qualities to it. So that piece is done. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of stamping, because I really want to show you how you're going to line up the pieces for this little pumpkin. And it applies to not only the pumpkin, but also to one of the flowers in there. I'm going to do this. You know what? I always do this backwards. I think backwards according to a lot of people, but for some reason, I always have mine open like this. I think it should open like a book. It bothers me that you know, and then I end up crossing over because I'm right-handed, so I ink over here. But I don't know, I'm gonna try it this way and see how we do. Let's put this in. Oh, and I should tell you this too. This is one of my little things. With my Misties, for some reason, the Misties to me don't seem like they're up high enough. This pad doesn't seem thick enough to me. I wish it was maybe a 1/16 of an inch thicker. So I always put just a couple of, you know, 2 or 3 really thin sheets of a really inexpensive cardstock in there just to kind of give that a boost up. Now I have to move them down to this direction because I'm going to be stamping down here. So it's a little backwards for me. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get my stamps out of here. Mine is a little bit of a mess. Let's see. Okay. Now these are the 2 stamps I want right here. On the back, you can see that you need the largest stamp here. That's going to be first, plus this stamp here. And then I'm going to use, this one's going to give me like my darker colors. And then I have the stem. And if you want to add the face, you can, and we are. I'm actually going to take this out of order just a little bit because I want to show you how, the way that I did this time. And I think I got it positioned a little bit better. And I'll explain what that means in just a moment too, why I'm saying that. Okay, so I'm going to put this into the corner here. Doesn't really matter where I put it because I'm going to be cutting it out anyway. This is where I'm all backwards. Donna is asking, what is the cloth that I use to clean my stencil? This is, it's just like a little, well, what was on it? Just water. This just has water, but when I clean my stamps, I will use our extreme, mine's filthy, but I'll use our extreme clean stamp cleaner. Are we out of this now?
Yes.
I think we're out of it though. Oops. But this just has water on it, and yes, it's filthy, but again, I clean a hybrid ink all the time, and a hybrid ink has permanent qualities, so you're not going to get everything out of it. It doesn't like leak that color or anything. Okay, so my colors I'm going to use for this pumpkin, I decided to go really traditional with oranges. So I grabbed Tangerine Dream in Your Face Orange. So Tangerine is my lighter color, In Your Face Orange is the darker one. So I'm going to start with Tangerine because I want to go light, and then I want to go dark with my shadow. I'm going to stamp this a couple of times. Tangerine Dream is a little bit, it is bright, but I want some really, really good coverage and really, really dark coverage with it. And so I'm going to stamp it a few times just to really layer up my color. There we go. It looks a little uneven too when you first stamp. Like that splotchiness with the hybrid ink does go away as the color dries. Okay, got that a couple of times. That looks stunning. Go ahead and wipe this up. I do suggest using a cleaner if you're stamping with stamps that you know where you want to change the color, because the hybrid ink will reactivate another hybrid ink. So if I want to go over this with yellow, it might pick up a little bit of orange residue if I haven't cleaned it properly. You just saw me clean it with the stamp cleaner. It only takes a moment. It's not a big deal. These always feel so cool. I love how these feel in my hand when you have a nice big solid stamp like that. It's like a big chunky wafer. It's kind of cool. Yes, I have these really weird things. I love the smell of paper and I love the feel of photopolymer. Does anybody else like that? Does anybody else like go into their craft area? Like even if you don't have time to craft, you just go into the craft area and just kind of take a deep breath and smell your product. Am I weird like that? Alan thinks I'm weird like that, but
I'm starting to wonder.
I love the smell of craft paper and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. So I'm going to line this up. Now this is only a partial, you can see, and it's just going to give us that that really fun what is it called? I'm trying to move this over a little bit. It's hard to do this without getting my head right over the top. It's going to give us that really nice darker shadow to it. Well, this is so backwards for me. This is why I don't do things backwards. All right, so we're going to go ahead with In Your Face Orange. Get this good and inked up. There we go. Look how pretty. I'm going to do one more because I want it to be really dark, really vibrant. You know, the color does change just a little bit as it dries. I'll tell you that too. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Use my stamp cleaner. Again, it's not going to get rid of any staining, but it'll get rid of any extra residue that might be lifted up if I put a different color over it. Okay. So there's that. And then here is that super, super fun, look at that jack-o'-lantern face. I think that's really cute. And you can place this wherever you want. I think he looks good there. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now, if you don't want to put the face on there, then don't. It's completely up to you. It is absolutely not necessary. So I've got my raven. I think this would also be pretty if I'd use like a really dark brown. Oops. Come on. There we go. I'm going to do another one. Got layer upon layer upon layer of ink here. There we go. That one came out gorgeous. Such a fun and happy face on that guy. I just think he's really great. All right. Any more questions, Alan, from anybody?
Yeah.
Everybody's so quiet. I missed you guys so much. Okay, so from here, I'm not going to stamp the stem yet. Instead, I'm going to line up the die. I'm going to explain this to you, why I'm not stamping it. Because I think it worked out better when I cut it out first. And then I stamped it. And I don't normally do that, but because this is solid stamping and it's not all one stamp, I'm going to go ahead. These are the two dies that I need. Now, when you get these, they will be attached, so you're going to have to cut them apart. But these are the two dies that I need. Let me flip this over so you can see this better. You can see that this one big die here is going to cut out the stem. I could place the stem, you know, as best I can, and it may or may not be perfectly centered in there. That's why I'm going to be stamping it afterwards. But this is a little alignment piece. You see that little dot at the bottom there? This is the die here that's going to allow you to it's going to allow you to push up some pieces of this pumpkin, and that's the little alignment piece that goes along with this one. And so you'll see what I do with that in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up on my pumpkin, just paying attention to the bottom and the sides. And I'm going to have Alan run this through for me, through the machine, through my die cutting machine. Now, when I do this on my my Big Shot, I always do it with the blade side down, and that actually stops my my board from warping. So Alan's going to run that through for me, and then you're going to see what's really, really cool about this set. One of the things that's really cool about it, because I'm going to explain how these work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, but I'm going to leave my image in there for right now. Okay, so I'm not going to separate it from the paper I just cut. Normally you would just kind of start, pulling that apart. But you see that little circle that's in there at the bottom below that pumpkin? It's right there. That is your little alignment piece. And now you want to grab this because we want to actually cut into this pumpkin. And we're going to align it with, pay attention. You can see where the lines are in here. You can see where the color changes. So we're going to pay attention to that as well as where this little circle is. So the circle is going to help us line things up, and you still have to look at where these little excuse me, ribs are in relation to your stamped image. So the alignment tool is not perfect, it's just going to help you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and Alan, I need you to cut this now.
Again?
I need you to cut again. Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to get paid twice.
Hurry, everyone's waiting. Come on, Misto Hunt. There we go. All righty. So now, I don't want to tear it, so I just want to be very careful. All right. Get rid of this little piece here. Now you can see, I think that's the only die cutting we're going to do. But now you can see where we cut into this pumpkin. See how these pieces separate? We're going to do something with those in just a moment. The last thing I want to do is stamp that stem. And because this pumpkin is so big, I can stamp that stem and still be able to put the magnet down. Uh-oh, everything's stuck together. Uh-oh. Okay, tip of the day.
Did I do something wrong?
No, I did. Tip of the day, don't place your packaging on top of your big solid stamps. They will stick together. Okay, where's the stamp I need? It's right here. That is the big old stem. I'm going to go ahead and place this on top of here. Mine is such a mess. All right, so the great thing is I can see through and I can line up my stem. I can see right where I want it to be. And I can stamp this very easily because I can put my magnet down. I'm actually going to do two colors with this. When I did my first one, I did it in the lighter green, and I think it's a little bit light, but I'm going to start it with it. It's Pistachios Aplenty. It is a very, very light green. It is meant to be very light. And then I've got Evergreen, which is always my favorite green. So Pistachios Aplenty, like I said, it is designed to be a very light color. You can darken it by stamping multiple times, by layering it. But I wanted this to be really light because, I mean, how do you go from light to dark with your colors if you don't have light colors, right? So a lot of the colors, see how much darker that gets? Now I'm going to go a third time. A lot of our, most recent 12 colors are very, very light colors. And now you can see how it's even darker. It's just beautiful. But I do want you to know they are intentionally light. I'm going to take my Evergreen now, and I'm just going to kind of ink around a little bit. I got it on all over my board. Just to add some areas where it's a little bit darker, and I think that's going to be really pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it just really sets it off a lot. If you like the effect, do it. If you don't, then don't. But I think it's pretty. I like that little bit of texture and dimension in there. So now you can see how beautiful that is. And because I stamped that stem afterwards, I was able to get really, really great placement with it instead of trying to line it up and not knowing exactly. I mean, we give you all the curves with the stamp so that it lines up with your pumpkin. But I just think for me, it's a little bit easier to do it after the fact with this. But this is what I want to show you. This is the really cool thing about these stamp sets. This is where pedal pusher means you can push. So you can see that we've got those little veins in the background. Pedal pusher means that you can push your paper or fold or bend your paper, and you can get some instant dimension and texture and create some lift with your images. And so we've done this with this pumpkin. I'm just checking to see if that raven is completely dry, because it does take a little bit longer for the hybrid inks to dry, and because I did a couple of layers of that, it you know, it takes a little bit longer yet. So isn't that cool when you look at that? Look at that dimension on that. Isn't that pretty? I just think it's really cool. I love that you look at it from the side. So pretty. I think it's great. So let's go ahead and start assembling. So, oh, and I want to mention too, the other two stamps that you can do this with in here, you've got a beautiful sunflower in here. Let me get the back of this package. We've got a beautiful sunflower layering in here, and you're going to be able to create dimension with that as well. You're going to use these two dies right here to cut that sunflower out, and we have the alignment pieces right here. You're also going to do some aligning. We tell you which leaf you're going to be aligning with right here. So you want to make sure you follow those alignment tools. It'll make it a lot easier and much more accurate for you. So where are we with time? 7:30. Alrighty. I think we're doing fine. We're going to start assembling this, and we're going to talk about some of the other pieces as we go. So I've got my card, my A2 card. I make sure that it's opening in the direction that I want, because I'm a real stickler about that, and I mess it up a lot. I'm going to take this is kind of a hunter green cardstock, and I thought this would be a really, really pretty accent against, you know, that dark green and that pumpkin. I think it's really pretty. And like I said, I cut it first to A2. I always cut everything to A2 when I'm working with an A2 card, and then I kind of go from there and trim things out however I want. So there's that. This is the one that I just did, but this is the one I cut. It started with A2, and then I took, I think it was 3/8 of an inch off of each side. And I am actually going to pop this one up on a little bit of foam. Wait until you guys see how much foam I have left. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I know. Look at this. This is it. You can barely even see the little eyes anymore. It's crazy. It's going, almost gone. Okay, let's go ahead and get some lift on this card. What temperature is it in this room?
87. It's 73, but it's set to 69.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Maybe it's the sweater you're wearing.
It might be the sweater. I think it's probably the dozen lights that we have going on and all on me. No, I'm all right. It's all right. If anybody hears a thud, it's just me hitting the floor. There we go. I think that's pretty. So let's talk about, where is it? Let's talk about this. Actually, we do have one more die cutting for you to do, Alan. Alan's going to be like the king of die cutting today. We're going to talk about our folded ribbon banner. I think you guys are going to love this. It is such a universal die. I think it's fantastic. And it's one of those things that I think it's going to be a staple. I think it's going to be something that you're going to use a lot. I think you're going to love it. And I think it's timeless. It doesn't have anything that's real trendy about it. I think we could have used this 10, 20 years ago, and I think we'll be able to continue using it forever and ever as well. So anyway, I've gone ahead and stamped Hey Pumpkin, and that's actually two different stamps in this set. Mine's not lined up right because I used it, but Hey Pumpkin, it's two different stamps. So the nice thing about that is if you want to line them up side by side, you can. If you want to put pumpkin underneath of Hey, you can do that as well. So it gives you options when you can do that. So I lined it up and I stamped them side by side. I already told you we have the blade on the outside here that's going to cut the shape. These 4 pieces right here are going to give you score lines so that one pass through the machine and you're going to be able to instantly fold this up. And I just want to show you how it works. Let me get this centered. Tape it down. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I'm using the same pieces of tape over and over and over again. Love my purple tape. What? Oh, diamond. I'm just handing him the stuff to cut. I'm not handing him the boards or anything. There we go. Blade side down. There you go. I like having an assistant. I think it's something you guys should all get. I think if we sold them in the store, that would be really nice, but we don't. But I think you guys could all do very, very well having an assistant when you're crafting. It has worked out for me very well. So here we go. All righty, let's pull these off of here. We don't have any questions from anybody? Anybody saying anything? Is Stephanie here today, by the way? I don't even know. Stephanie's in the house, my girl. Awesome. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, darling. Drives me nuts when people go like that on camera. I can't believe I just did that. Doesn't it look like a spider? Ooh. Sorry. I really can't stand it when people do that.
Carmen is asking, are you going to make any subscription box?
Am I going to have a subscription box? Yes, ma'am. Carmen is wondering. And yes, we are. Our first one is going to be coming out, I think, toward the end of October is when we're going to be launching it. So yes, we will have a subscription box. Okay, so here's what you get. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, when I go like that, you can see it. It's hard to see because it's white. But do you see those score lines on the screen there? It's much more obvious for me because it's in my hand. But there's 2 here and then there's 2 here. So you're going to first fold backwards on the first set of score lines. Just kind of pinch it. And then on your second set of score lines, you're going to fold forward. And that, my dears, is all you have to do. I'm pinching it, that's all. And so then you fold backward on the first set. The first set meaning the closest, to the sentiment. And then fold forward. Pinch it. And there you go. That's it. I mean, how long did that take? All right, the sweater has got to go because I'm literally going to fall on the floor. Oh my, it's got to be 100 degrees in here. All right.
Might have been a little early for sweater.
Well, it was chilly earlier. Ladies, you know what it's like. I'm 52, so, 1 minute I'm chilly. Next minute I'm not.
You forgot your fan.
You forgot my fan? Alan, my sweet, sweet, dear husband.
Dearly departed.
Oh my goodness. No, not dearly departed. My sweet husband, I'll tell you, sometimes he does the sweetest things. Yeah, we don't celebrate like, we don't do like Valentine's Day and make a big huge deal out of our anniversary all the time and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, all of a sudden when I just get a notification from UPS that says, who was it from?
You can't surprise me.
What is the company? I forgot.
Dyson.
Oh, all of a sudden I get a notification from UPS that Dyson is going to be delivering a package in 2 days. And I went, huh? What is that? What could that be? And the look on his face, he was, of course, like startled and shocked because it's supposed to be a surprise. Anyway, my sweet husband ordered a fan for me because he watches me melt out of nowhere, like right now. And so he ordered this really, really cool fan, and he just forgot to bring it up here for when I really, really need it. So, okay, here we have this. And this is going to fit. Oh, I just got that dirty. All right, I'll use my other one. So this is going to go right here. I think it's going to be fun. And here's the thing. These are, I think, are just about 1/4 of an inch. And if you want it to be a little bit lower and tighter, you're just going to put them in a little bit tighter like this when you adhere it down. Or you can pop it up a little bit more and move them out. So you have choices with it, which is really nice. I am going to go ahead and put some adhesive on here. You don't even need to put foam underneath it if you use a good quality paper. I cut this with my Nina because I like that the Nina has, it has a lot of kind of strength to it. Let me make sure I get that centered.
You have a way of measuring those
there we go.
dies?
Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty. Measuring what dies?
The batter die things.
Do I have a way of measuring them? Oh, somebody's asking what the size is?
Yeah, on your pad, but you probably want to know.
Well,
did you mention there's two in the
there are two. This first one here measures, they're perfect for A2. I mean, if you look at this, look, this is my A2. This is just a little bit shy of 5.5 inches wide. And we've got probably about 1 inch in height. This is the biggest one. Okay, so it's a little bit shy of 5.5. This second one, the smaller one, for skinnier sentiments, is, let me measure it here. It's 4 and, where's the cut line? The cut line is going to be at 4 inches for this one, for the smaller one. And the cut line for the bigger one is going to be at 5 1/4. So this is going to cut a banner that is 5 1/4 wide. The smaller one will cut a banner at 4 inches. Okay, so technically, or did I have that right? Let me see. 0, 2. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 4.5 inches. I was wondering why that was longer. It's 4.5 inches. But keep in mind, you're not going to use it all the way, out like that. You're going to make a banner out of it and shorten it. So even the longest one, I shortened it and put it on the short side of my A2 card. So either of them is going to work on your A2 cards or any of your cards, really in any direction. This would have been a little bit shorter had I done it with, I'm going to move that in a little bit. I want to see that little bit of green. There we go. I just want to see a little bit of green on the side there. You're going to be able to use these on any size card, really. They're going to work really nicely, either of them. One or the other, I should say. I mean, obviously, if you have a teeny tiny little card, it may not, but, within reason. So, let's see, what else are we going to do? We're going to start lining these guys up. Now here, aren't these really pretty? I just think these are so cool. Layered stamping again. And then we've got this little bear that's all layered stamping. It's 3 different layers. You're going to have all your steps on the back of your, let me wipe my hands. My hand is filthy. That got on me. Goodness gracious. You're going to have all the stamps on the, steps on the back of your packaging. Look at these leaves. This is all, they're double stamped. So this is so much fun. I love these. So in here, in this stamp set, you get the solid stamp, which is the first color. And I did that in that Pistachios Aplenty. And then I used my evergreen to go with that really pretty kind of plaid over the top of it. I pushed it in I just stamped it a couple times because I wanted it to be really solid. My husband just ran downstairs and got my fan for me. That's why the camera's shaking, because he just bumped into it.
Liz Vargas ordered me too.
Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you, darling. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this guy on here, and we're going to pop him up on a little bit of foam. So, let's see what is happening here. Oh, that feels so much better, by the way. Thank you, Alan. Have a little bit of air blowing on me. See? Ladies, take care of me. Now, you want to be careful when you put this foam down because you don't want to cause all of those edges that you want to pop up. You don't want all those edges to lay flat now. So I'm just going to put a little bit of foam on the sides and in the center just to hold it down.
No, that was Sheila. Sheila took care of you.
Oh, it was Sheila?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheila. Sorry, Alan messed up your name. He really is a great guy. Most of the time. He has his moments. You should tell people, what?
Where Allie posted her card.
Oh, Alan is telling me that I should tell everybody to look at the website where Allie posted her card. He thinks it's a 3D card. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous card that Allie put out there. It uses, I can't remember which the stamp set it is. It has the little bunnies and all the little friends, I think it is.
I think it's up and down or just up, or it had ladders. So
No, you're thinking of that. Well, I think there's another one out there that has up the hill and or up the rabbit hole and down the rabbit hole. But the one that you're thinking of, doesn't it have? I'm trying to remember. I don't know, but she's gorgeous, gorgeous. It's the one that has the 3 windows, and it is just beautiful. All right, so we're going to pop this down here. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to lay that down yet, because what I wanted to do was put some of these back there too. I gotta say, the cards that you guys are all posting out there, oh my gosh. If I don't always comment right away, it's because we have a lot going on. But oh my goodness, ladies, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. I love seeing all the cards that you guys are putting out there. Absolutely stunning. I love seeing that you're having so much fun with everything. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. I want it to look like he's kind of laying in a whole bunch of these leaves. But I already got the foam on there cut up, and that was a little bit of an issue, but that's okay. So let's put that, oops, I didn't mean to push that one down. I want to push that down. And then we're going to put some of these in there because I think they'll be really pretty. What am I doing? I think I'm going to use my smaller little tape thing here just to get some extra little color in here. And I'm going to put one more down at the bottom because I want it to look like he's kind of in these leaves a little. There we go. It just gives it, looks like he's resting in something. Centered, of course, because I'm a fanatic about it. Pop these up a little more. Just pull those up. I have the sides down. I have foam in the center there. And then, of course, what am I doing? I need to get this little guy up on some foam as well. Let me see if that's going to be high enough. Because I like him behind it. He looks like he's peeking right over the side. Look at him, how cute. Hello. He's the one who's saying, hey, pumpkin. Such a cutie patootie. Let me see if I can get maybe a little more green leaf action going on in here. I don't know if I like that. Maybe up here. It's kind of nice. Why not? Tuck that one maybe down a little more behind his ear. And then we have these little ringlet things that are so cute. That's going to be a little tough. I kind of wanted to put, actually, I'll just kind of put it up here. Let's see. I think these are fun, these little curly cues. Do I have the adhesive on there? There we go. And then maybe get this one on there too. Sometimes when you have these teeny tiny little pieces. There we go. I can even lift that up a little bit, those ends. That, I think, is it. Comes together really fast. It's just so fun. I probably would like a little bit of color down in here. I probably should have gotten some of that pattern down in there. I can actually still do that if I really wanted to, but I think it turned out really nice. Let me see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. You guys are going to see me screw this up now. This is what I would do if I were alone in my studio and I wanted more color in there. I would put this right up in here, just like that. Oh, I don't care if it's straight. I just want to get color. All right. Right up in here. This is what I do. And I either really screw it up or it works out. A little bit of orange. Let's get some of my yellow in here. See how we did. There you go. Everything's fixable. It just seemed like it was missing. It was too white down there. That's how it goes. All right. I think that is it. Yay. Look at the dimension. I think it's so pretty. You know, if you want, like, I mean, I can see the images that I put back there. What I could have done was laid this one down behind it. But, I mean, really, who's going to be taking a look? And I think it's really cute. I love seeing the dimension on the pumpkin. Instant dimension on the card. That is what petal pushers do. And look at that sweet little guy. He's like waving. He's so cute. I love him. Love it, love it, love it. Alrighty. Well, let's see. There we go. Okay. Yay! Did you see how everything like went to the side? Alan found some new buttons on the equipment that we have. so that's been a little bit fun. Wow, I think this is so cute. I love him. You can see right through all the green. It's funny how the green disappears because of the green screen. Doesn't even matter if I put him in front of me. Doesn't matter. Really cute. I think it's fun. I love that stamp set. I love the petal pushers. And we haven't done a new petal pusher in a while, so I think maybe we need to do some new ones. Anyway, it is time for a giveaway, and I have a mess here, so we're going to, you're not going to be able to see very well what the giveaway is going to be, but because I have a mess that I've created. But we are going to give away a full set in honor of fall and Halloween coming up. A full set of pumpkin patch. So we're going to give away the 6x8, not pumpkin patch, pick of the patch stamp set, as well as the full set of dies. And the winner is Cindy Klinger. Cindy, you won! Congratulations! You are going to get your very own pick of the patch stamps and dies to work with, and I can't wait to see what you make with them. But if we're going to send them to you, then we need to have your address. So do me a favor, please, and send your complete shipping address to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. And once we get that, then we can get your prize shipped out to you. Yay! Go, Cindy. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. I think it is, we're a few minutes early. Do we have any more questions from anybody? Anything? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller. Yeah, Alan's going Bueller. We actually just watched that movie. Have you guys noticed that they're putting on all kinds of like the older movies? And we watched, what did we watch? We watched Ferris Bueller recently. We watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That was interesting. I don't remember that being quite as racy as it was.
Maybe because we watched it on TV, and TV.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, but did you guys see that they did, like, it was Jennifer Aniston, who else? Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, Shia LaBeouf, whatever his name is. Who was the guy that played
Transformers?
No. In the movie I just mentioned, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What's his name? Sean Penn. Yes, Spicoli, Sean Penn. Anyway, it was a whole bunch of actors just got together and did like 12 different scenes live on I can't remember whose Facebook. I think it was I think it was like Sean Penn's or somebody's, not Facebook, Instagram. It was so cool. It was really, really fun to watch them kind of act it out. It was more like a table read. It was really neat. It was fun to watch. And it was really fun to watch Sean Penn's reaction to Shiloh doing the Spicoli roll. Anyway, it was fun. I enjoyed it. So, any more questions from anybody?
Yes.
We do? Okay. Is that a chipmunk or squirrel?
You're talking about on the card.
That is a good question.
You don't know?
I'm gonna go with chipmunk just because I know what our chipmunks look like outside in the yard, and I think that it looks like a chipmunk. I'm gonna go. My vote is chipmunk. I think it looks like a chipmunk.
I would go with a bear, but but yeah, let's go with chipmunk.
We're gonna go with chipmunk.
Okay.
It could be a squirrel if you want it to be a squirrel. Tell people it's a squirrel if you prefer that.
We meant to do that.
I don't know. So cute. I love it. Okay, no more questions from anybody? No. Okay. Thursday, I have no idea what it's going to be. What are you doing?
Did you want to sneak peek any of this?
Oh, did you? You know what, guys?
I don't have it.
I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but Simon says stamp. Oh, and this is something I would say too, is we're starting to ship already the new stuff to the retail stores. So check your local retail stores for the new products. They're going to start getting their shipments in. And Simon Says Stamp actually put our Halloween paper pack. Let me switch the camera back. Simon Says Stamp had our Halloween paper pack. This was a very last minute addition to our whole collection. It's the Haunted Halloween paper pack. They put that into their Stamptember Halloween kit, and it sold out like in no time. Even the extras that they had sold out in no time. So I thought I would show this to you. We're going to have these up in the store on Monday. This, I think, is my favorite one out of the whole thing. I absolutely love this double-decker bus. Absolutely, absolutely love it. And I think Simon Says Stamp loved it so much that they actually put a double-decker bus into their kit too, and it coordinated perfectly. It was really, really awesome. So anyway, you're going to see these really, really cute images in the paper pack. We've got these little owls in here and the haunted house, and look how pretty these are. The colors, I think, are spectacular. We went with a lot of traditional Halloween colors, but then we brought in like this beautiful turquoise, and we've got some gorgeous pinks in here, which are non-traditional. And I wish my house looked like this because I love owls. I wish we had all of them. Look how gorgeous that is. Lime green, so pretty, pretty, pretty. I think these are going to be gone pretty quickly. We've already got a restock ordered because we've already sold out of most of them to the retail stores and distributors and stuff. Isn't this gorgeous? I love papers where we have these little borders. You can just trim those apart and use those however you want. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest? So pretty. So this is a little sneak peek. I love the little witches tights there. Look at that. This just reminds me of Scooby-Doo. This is like Scooby-Doo Halloween. I think it's so cool. So anyway, that's a little sneak peek. We have, like I said, we've got 43 new products that are going to go up in the store on Monday. I hope you guys are going to like them as much as we do. So I think they're pretty cool. There's some interaction with them, lots of texture, lots of fun things that you're going to see, and a lot of things that coordinate in different collections and stuff. So it's really, really fun. So anyway, I think our time is about up. So I think we're going to sign off. I have no idea what I'm going to be working with on Thursday, but keep in mind next week, we've got, I'm going to show you the new collection next week, and we've also got kind of a little surprise HSN thing that we're going to be doing too. So we've got HSN coming up on the 6th of October, and then we've also got Stamp and Scrapbook Expo coming up on the October 10th. That's coming up on October 10th, and we're doing that with the Stamping Village. And I feel like we have another date in there too, and I can't remember what it is. I don't know. I'll get it all straight and put it all out there for you. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the card that we made. And hopefully you guys do a little bit of crafting along with me too. So make sure you bring something fun to work with when we come together again Thursday night right here. Hopefully we'll get the whole YouTube link and everything all fixed up. But if not, we'll give you the link just like we did this time. So anyway, have a great night, and I will see you guys on Thursday. So bye.